Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing a very cool thing. I've been wanting to build one of these for a long time, and I'm finally going to do it. You saw the title, you already know, but I'll tell you again. So today we are going to take this I-beam log splitter and mount it to the front of my tractor. So why would we do this? Well guys, I am tired of the giant pieces of wood, you know, the 24, 30-inch rounds. I just don't want to handle them. So we could always just take chainsaws and cut them in half. That's what we've been doing. It really doesn't take that long, but I had the opportunity to come across this log splitter, and I can really build a log splitter for my tractor pretty cheap, so I'm going to build it. The idea to use this isn't to split all my wood with this log splitter. The idea is just to take the giant pieces and half them or quarter them up, and then drop them right by the log splitter, and we can resplit them into smaller pieces. So that's kind of the idea. I got this log splitter. Ricky, you've seen him on the channel. He had this log splitter for a long time, and I don't know how he came across it, but he came across it. Somebody he knew used it and they gave it to him. So this thing doesn't have an engine or a pump. It has a hydraulic tank and valves. The hydraulic lines on it are rotted. It's old, it's been through the ringer. I thought about rebuilding it into just a regular log splitter, but if I did that, it would cost me like 600 bucks to buy a Predator engine, a pump, new lines, some tires. And that's not even counting the cylinders, so I didn't want to go that way, because I mean, for 600-700 bucks, you can just buy a used Husky log splitter or Brute, or you can buy a lot of log splitters in decent shape for 600-700 bucks. So I thought, what perfect opportunity to build a tractor log splitter. So let's see this thing. So this thing is old, it's decrepit. It looks like at some point somebody got a cylinder off a piece of equipment or tractor supply, I don't know, and they replaced it. I don't know if it's great, but I'm sure it'll work, and if it doesn't, then I will go get another one from Tractor Supply and put it on there. The hoses on this thing are trashed, but that's okay, because I'm gonna have to make custom hoses and fittings for my tractor. But overall, I mean, the thing's, I guess, probably pretty solid. Ricky said it split a ton of wood. Maybe I'll make a cool trailer out of the cart that's underneath of it. But overall, I think it'll work great for what I'm gonna do. I got this quick tack plate from Amazon. This is, I think this is 1/2-inch steel. I don't know if you guys can see. It's pretty thick. I felt pretty confident about it. It is hollow center. The idea of that is to save weight and obviously save myself money. That's why I got it. But I think it's fine when you weld the I-beam across it. I think it'll be plenty rigid. So I wasn't sure if this was gonna work when I made this video, but since then, on one of the Facebook pages, Kioti Tractor Facebook pages, somebody made the same thing, and they used it on a DK tractor, Kioti tractor, and the DK I think has just as much third function flow as this tractor does. So I'm pretty confident it's gonna work on my tractor. I'm gonna get this thing torn down, flip it up, and then we'll weld it up. So you guys can watch, maybe we'll time lapse, I don't know, we'll see. All right guys, I got it off there. You saw that. It only took a few minutes to get off, pretty easy. So while I took these lines off, they're just standard 1/2-inch pipe threads. I put some plugs in there. This is the best I could get for this side. There's a little bit of fluid that came out, but not too much. I just figured I'd put plugs in there, that way nothing can get in there, because I'm not gonna make lines for it today. I'll have to take it to the shop in town and have lines made for it sometime this week. So it'll probably sit for a minute or two. So it's not like you guys can comment on this and tell me how I should do it, because by the time you're watching it, it's already done. But I think my idea, I thought about mounting the splitter part way out on the side. That way I could clearly see it from the operator station. But I think if I do that, then every time I split a big piece, all the weight will be on one side. So I think I'm just gonna mount it probably even with the loader arm, and I won't be able to see it the best, but I think if I flip it, like I rotate it forward, I can see it. And you know, I don't need to see this thing the best. All I'm doing is busting up some big pieces. It doesn't need to be precise. I'm not splitting cords and cords of wood at this thing, so I'm just kind of gonna wing it. You know how it goes. Oh, I also wanted to mention, I'm not gonna space it off of the mount at all. I'm gonna weld it directly to the mount. I see a lot of people space them off. I think if you have a bigger tractor, it probably works good, but I want to keep this thing as close to the tractor as I can for weight purposes, because I plan on picking up some giant rounds with this thing. This I-beam is already kind of heavy. It's not super heavy, but it is an I-beam with a cylinder. It's got some weight to it. I definitely don't want to build one that comes directly off the front of the tractor, and all my splitting is out here. That probably works great if you're not going to carry around your wood, but I've got a baby tractor. I'm going to get some big wood on here, so I don't want, you know, 400 or 500 pounds out here, you know, 4 feet off the nose, and I'm just really tippy. Like, I want this thing to function as best as it can, even if it's a little unergonomically pleasing. All right, guys, so now I'm going to lay it down, kind of position it, and weld it up. So apparently I forgot to hit record while I welded all that, but that's okay. That way you can't make fun of me for how bad I am. So I got it all welded up. I think I did a, you know, pretty decent job. It's definitely going to hold. I want to say I'm a professional welder. It does not look very good, but it'll hold. I think I missed one key thing. Ooh. I don't know. I think I need to cut this off, but we'll see if it goes around my quick tack. If not, then I'll cut it off. It's just pretty thick, so I didn't want to cut it off if I don't have to. So let's see. All right, guys, it is on there. I did have to cut that nub off in there and grind it off, but it's on. And I'm pretty satisfied with it. It looks pretty good. I think it's gonna work. As I hooked it up in the tractor, I could look at the point of view, and I think I like it. So I will show you. So in the tractor here is, I guess this is like right at my face, and then I can lean down here and I can see it right in there. So I think that'll work good. And then, like I said, if I rotate it and put it down, I think that'll be good too. So, all right, guys, I'm back. We've got this thing put together. This is a few days later, that's why I say I'm back. We got some hydraulic lines made, so I'm gonna get these mounted, get them plugged in. I'm pretty excited. I can't wait to try it out. So put you on time lapse. We'll get these put together and we'll get it working. Let's go. All right, guys, it works. I'm pretty satisfied with it. It's not very fast, but it will be perfect for splitting up big chunks. I just split some cherry rounds with it. I will say nasty cherry rounds. And I only found one that it wouldn't split. So pretty happy with that. I split a big piece of oak that seemed pretty nasty too. It went through that. Just some of that cherry I got laying out there it's junk. It didn't like it, it didn't split it. So I think that I will, there's a few more things I need to do to this. I think I will build some kind of enclosure over this. That way if a piece gets stuck on this on the return, then it'll fall off. The hydraulic lines, I got them made at 4 foot. It was just kind of a guess. I knew they needed to be at least 4 foot. They're a little bit short. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a nipple off this and then a 90 and run the hydraulic lines out this way. Not only to kind of protect them better, give them kind of like a more sturdy, but it'll give me a little bit more length that I need. I think that just since these aren't 90, when I tilt the machine over, that it bends it like this. So I think if I put a 90 on there and go out there, it should be good and I won't have to get new lines made. But even if I have to get new lines made, I've already got the fittings on the tractor end for it, so I'll just have to get the lines. But overall, pretty happy with it, Total in this, in case you guys are wondering, I got the log splitter for free. Ricky gave it to me. It didn't really make much sense to fix it, like I said before. The money you'd have in fixing it, you could just buy one pretty much. So I had this for free. I paid $125 for this quick tack plate from Amazon. It's okay, it's thick enough, it's heavy duty enough, but it could be a little bit better quality. On the bottom, it needs trimmed a little bit so it'll fit my tractor better. So like 125 bucks for the quick tack plate, and then I paid $142 for these lines, so $260 something in a working attachment. So that's pretty cool. It's always nice when you build something and it actually works and it makes sense financially to build it too. So maybe once I'm done with the project, I'll probably just find some scrap steel for this, some cheap nipples. So probably about 260 bucks. And this took me, maybe, it probably took 2 hours tops, and that's filming. So maybe an hour, hour and a half regular time to prep everything, weld it, and set the lines up. So I'm happy with it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This is just a quick little glimpse. I'm going to be using this thing a lot more. Come splitting time, it's going to be great to bust up the big rounds with instead of having to handle them. So I like it. I'm happy with it. In case you guys are wondering, a Kioti CK series will push a log splitter attachment. It's slow, but it'll do it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.